Yeah, yeah, it's very nice. Gee whiz, I guess we're in the 70s right now, but and cool at night still, so it's great. We really like it. But
Yeah, the weather in New Orleans is tough.
yeah, yeah, I think I did adjust to it more or less, but still, I like the idea of leaving the heat and humidity, and Karen liked the idea of of being excused from having to go through hurricane season every year.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Emily said it's supposed to be bad again this year.
really, another another rough one, huh?
But she still misses that we got rid of the apartment. But it was great when we could just fly down for
Mhm,
it was like $50 on Southwest. We always got these good deals. And
mhm.
it was 2 hours. And you go to the airport, fly down, stay for a week or so, and then fly back and then
Uh,
go. But when we had a drive down, it was like 2 days. You had to stop at a hotel,
yeah,
got the dog with you. It was tough. And
yeah,
so I said, well, we're not going to get down here that often. Maybe we should just let the rental go. And we did.
mhm,
Um, but also, if I had another rental down there, I wouldn't have a house like we had because, when the hurricane comes or something, or when the freeze comes, if the pipes burst,
yeah,
nobody's there.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
Then the surgeon water board is going to put a direct line to my bank.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So do you think you might look for some other kind of rental?
I don't know. We're kind of up in the air. She's about to finish. She retired and then she went back because they had
Yeah,
a problem.
yeah,
Now she's about to finish. And then, both kids are now in San Francisco. And if they start having kids, we might spend more time out there.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
you know, I hate to get rid of this house
Mhm.
because if we did have an apartment in New Orleans, where were we going to go when the hurricanes came?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, so I don't know. I'm just going to go with wherever we end up.
uh,
But we have a lot of friends here, so
yeah.
we'll see.
Mhm,
It'd be hard to leave here. I know it would, especially for Emily because she's a friendly person.
mhm.
Um, we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. So is she finishing up now? I mean, for this.
Yeah, they were supposed to have a new CFO by now,
Mhm.
but they kind of dragged their feet. So she's been being really mean to him and saying, "Hey, look, you got to do this." Hey, Billy.
Good morning.
Hey, Bill.
How
Hey,
y'all doing?
Snake.
Good. You look fresh as can be.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, both of you.
Fresh as a daisy.
Snake,
What's that?
Snake
Here.
looks good.
Take a whiff.
And there's Snake. Snake looks fresh.
He does. He does.
Just got out of the
Turn the
shower.
volume down.
I didn't
You
say
did? Yeah, I said I shaved too. So I did. Yeah. Yeah. So y'all been on a while or just got here?
Yeah, we were talking about you.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about nuns, and Tom mentioned how he, way back when, saw a nun with sneakers. And I said how the nonsense poster has the three actresses in their habits with sneakers on.
Yeah. 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 I'm going to be recording that next Saturday at Rivertown.
Uh-huh.
You don't live here anymore. You don't know about these things.
Well,
No,
You
he's
used
been
to come out
watching it
there
on
and see your
Facebook.
grandkids in the shows. Oops, everybody froze.
whoops.
Where do you live, David?
I don't know what
I
causes
live
that. I'm sitting here
25
minding my own business
miles
and everybody froze. Let's see.
west of Asheville. Yeah, Billy's, are you froze? You're frozen.
What? Awesome.
Okay, I
Thank
see a Snake. Yeah, yeah. I live in Western North Carolina. Yeah, it's we're about 25 miles from Asheville, about 25 miles from Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like I said before, the big question is how far are you from Pigeon Forge? That's the important question.
I think
Yeah.
My
About 40
keeps
miles,
freezing
yeah.
for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you look fine and we hear you.
You look
Hey,
like
Pete.
shit.
Hey, happy belated birthday, Pete.
Thank you. You
Yeah.
look great, Dave. You look great, really. Oh, guy.
I did mean to put something on Facebook, but I was telling Tom, I just don't do Facebook that much. I kind of glance at it and then I forget about it.
Well, I should probably not do it because it takes up too much time and there's too much political bullshit that goes through there.
Too much.
I just don't want to see the political stuff because it just makes my heart beat too fast and I get pissed
Yeah.
off. So
Yeah. Yeah. I try to avoid and getting into any kind of discussions because you can't convince anybody of anything. All you can do is argue with them. And so it's like, I just leave it alone. I'll stick with stuff I just
No,
like.
It's all advertising too. Don't ever buy anything off the Facebook ad. I've had
Yeah.
terrible luck.
Yeah.
did you have a problem with it?
You bet. Several.
Karen did something like that in the last couple months, and buying things online is one thing, but through Facebook, not a good idea.
That's right.
I bought this, I'll tell you, I hate the idea of Amazon, but it works so good. And I bought this outside heater and it never came, but they said it came. And so I just get them on the phone and they just said, okay, we'll take it off your bill, boom. And it was gone. And I was like, wow, that was easy.
Now, was this Amazon, did you say?
Yeah.
Amazon. Yeah. I try to buy local things, but sometimes it's just easier to get on there and research and find
Hey.
something that you like,
Rick?
Howdy,
Hi,
Rick.
guys.
yeah,
How
I think
are ya?
that's why they
Oh, Rick.
photograph the packages at your door.
Mm. Yeah, I didn't even take pictures of it. Now I'm sitting here and all of a sudden I get a cell phone picture. Your package is here, you have a picture of it right by your front door, so just to let you know it's there. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to watch out for the porch pirates.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They
Bill, if
probably
you put that
call them.
dinosaur in your yard, they won't come near it.
Yeah. No, everybody wants to know why didn't I buy it? I said I couldn't have got it in the car for one thing.
Yeah.
Rick, I got the ticket. Thank you.
Oh, okay, good. You win anything?
No,
Oh, well, naturally.
That's because Rick went through all the tickets and x-rayed them to find out if there was any winners and he kept them.
Well, yeah, I mean, naturally. Everybody doing good?
Yeah.
I have some news from, it used to be Gene Roof, but now it's Gene LeBeau. He's in Texas working at playing tuba in a little Dixieland band in Six Flags in Texas.
Really?
But he works Friday afternoon, so that's why he's not on. He said to say hi to everyone.
he's originally from Denver.
Say again, Snake?
Yeah, he's originally from Denver.
Oh,
He played at our club here, Gene Roof. Now it's LeBeau, but
What was wrong with Roof?
I have no idea.
I should ask him.
But he was originally part of the Denver group.
I can barely hear you, Snake. Can you get your microphone? I can't hear you as loud.
Okay, I'll get closer.
Thank you.
I
Have
say
your hearing aid.
he was originally from Denver.
what? No.
Don't mind these guys. Go ahead, Snake. He
I
was.
said,
Oh,
but Gene was originally from Denver. He was part of the Denver group. He and Mike Gentry and Dennis Condrey and Bill Clark and that group.
Mike
Yeah,
Gentry's been all over.
Yeah, of course, he played
Yeah.
in New Orleans, obviously.
Yeah.
Brussels too, didn't he?
Good musician.
I think so.
Yeah. I know he played in Disney World after the Mustache closed up.
Yeah, I worked with him.
I wasn't even aware he was playing out this before Facebook and all that. And I took the kids to Disney World once. We went on the little riverboat thing in the Dixie Landing area, and there he was. I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is a small world,
Yeah, well, Peter played there too.
Yes.
Yeah, in fact, I saw you there one time. Is you at a distance, y'all were going off somewhere. I just got there with Sandra and the kids and everything. And said, Oh, that's Peter, but I couldn't get to you and everything. I recognized
Yeah.
you what from this, but you was way away, way across the way somewhere or another, and y'all disappeared before I could find you.
Couldn't follow the tuba.
No.
Yeah.
I
Well, I'm
had a
sorry,
wife and 4 kids with us too, so.
really sorry to hear about Jeffrey.
Yeah.
What
Man,
happened?
that
Did
was-
Jeff pass?
Yeah, he died on Wednesday, I think it was.
Jeff died?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they had a couple posts yesterday I saw, you know, and was that his daughter or his wife that posted today? I don't know his family really.
I met him in New York and we became good friends and corresponded frequently.
Seemed like a really nice guy. You know, he
Yeah.
really
he was
did.
an architect or taught,
Yeah,
there he is.
Is that him, Early?
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
He was a character. I mean, just from
He
what I
was-
saw, I didn't see him back in the old days, but I just love hearing his stories.
Oh, he had some stories.
Yeah, I can just
Wow.
picture him riding on that Mount
Roller coaster.
Compounds roller coaster he talked
Yeah.
about.
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time.
Yeah,
I was with him.
yeah.
We'd ride that thing probably
Wow.
4 or 5 or 6 times between sets on our break.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
Good
was a
players.
long, that was a
Players
long
a
time ago.
fun-loving guy. Yeah.
He's probably haunting it right now, probably on there. Yeah, I think it's still running. I mean, I pulled up Lake Compounds once just for the fun of it, and I saw they still had that roller coaster there and all.
Yeah, it's
Where
wooden.
was that?
Lake Compounds.
Oh,
It's
okay.
where the band, the Mustache Band would play.
Yeah.
What are you playing there? Summers or what?
Yeah, on weekends, and there were a bunch of drunks that would come there,
Oh, other band members showed up?
and Jeff would just make fun of them, and they would laugh like,
Who's
Yeah,
your buddy, Tom? Hey, Tom, who's your buddy?
that's Nola.
Oh, that's Nola. That's my dog.
Oh, okay.
Oh, from New Orleans.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a nice looking dog.
get his ass in your face.
Yeah. What, you know,
I noticed that too, but I didn't want to.
women do that to me all the time.
That's how you know who they are.
That's right. I just smell, you know, I mean, if we could just do what dogs do, just go up and smell the butt a little bit and know if it's a good person or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That was the whole story. Yeah.
Yeah.
and whether they're in heat.
Yeah. I used to worry about those kind of things, but
Not now, yeah.
not now.
But no, I'm gonna miss Jeff with his stories. I mean, he kept the things really hopping around here.
Yeah.
He had some funny stories. He really did. Gosh. How old was Jeff?
Oh, I think he's pretty old.
Wasn't he like 83 or so?
Was he in his 80s?
We talked
sounds
about
about
that.
right, yeah.
He was younger than I am, and I'm 83.
So he was
Okay.
probably in his early 80s.
81, 82, yeah.
Yeah.
Tom, are you there?
Hey,
Chris,
Mr.
yeah,
Chris.
Mike.
Chris and Mike. All right.
Oh,
All right.
There you go. Oh,
There you are.
There he is.
Yay.
Howdy, y'all.
Hey,
Howdy,
guys.
guys.
Hey, everybody.
Boy, that's a motley crew.
Yeah.
Chris.
But nice to be part of it.
Yeah, good to be alive.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Jeff passing.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
sad.
Excuse me, right back.
I wonder if Banu ever got to get any of his stories down. Isn't she doing a book? A mustache book or something?
Good
I don't
question.
remember. I might have missed that session.
Anyway, I thought she was, but it'd be nice if somebody had captured some of his stories.
Well, we got whatever he talked about with us, we got it on Zoom. 'cause
That's
we
true. That's
saved
true.
all those. And for the reunion, I was going to try to edit some of that stuff together with John and him and who was the guy that was in Holland?
Steve
Strong-
Yoakum.
Steve Yoakum. Yeah.
Steve Yoakum. Try to do a little memorial thing for everybody.
Yeah. He was with us for a few weeks early, and I remember I thought it was so cool being able to talk to somebody all the way from Holland, you know, on the Zoom meetings. You know.
Yeah, I worked with Steven at Disney and in Mustache in New York City.
Chris, you see, you got an award here recently.
Actually, that picture was actually meant, it was taken a couple of years ago when I got an Emmy for a documentary that I did. But it was actually, it was me sending a happy birthday to one of the guys in the picture, who was the sort of the department head for production at WQED at the time. And it was his birthday 2 days ago. So I posted that picture of the two of us and everybody thought it was my birthday.
Oh, okay.
My birthday is this Sunday, so it's not far.
Oh, it's
And
close.
I'll take it,
Hey, Chris, I have a Pittsburgh story for you. My wife
Oh,
is from Pittsburgh, and when she was a little girl, her aunt, who also lived in Pittsburgh, back when it was KQED, I went to WQED, had it was either a parakeet or a cockatiel that would KQED, Pittsburgh, the radio jingle.
Uh-huh.
Just thought I'd throw that in.
Yeah, QED was the first community public television station in the country. In 1954, it started. I didn't get there until 1983. I had been working in New York at WNET, and then I moved over to Pittsburgh. It was an easier place to live, and I got to do different kinds of things there. And then this whole cooking thing got crazy, and that's what I became involved with mostly in the last 20 years of my career, was making cooking shows.
Okay.
How did you get to know Mr. Rogers? Was he still there when you got there?
Fred was there, and very much there. I mean, Fred, came into the office every day just like everybody else, and went down to the cafeteria and got his yogurt out of the machine, and he was not a fancy guy, In fact, one time we were down in the cafeteria, and I remember Fred was staring at the one of those machines that you put your money in and get a yogurt out of, and he was like bummed. He was like, and I said, "What's the matter, Fred?" He says, they all they put are these no fat yogurts in here. I need a full fat yogurt. And I'm thinking to myself, Fred, you have people that could go out and get you a yogurt. You're probably, like the most famous person in the world, or maybe the second most famous person in the world. Maybe somebody could go out and get you a friggin' yogurt.
Yeah.
Hi, Jim.
Yeah.
How you doing?
That's very good.
But that's the way he was. He was just a everyday nice guy, very thoughtful and very caring. He was a minister as well as being a TV personality. And his ministry was not in a church. It was for the children whose parent or parents had died from cancer. And so there was an organization, and that's what he did. He ministered to them and talked to them about losing your parent.
Mhm.
He was a genius. He really was.
Yeah.
He's well known here in a suburb of Orlando, is Winter Park, Rollins College, where he I guess went to either he went to school there or
Oh yeah, he did. That's where he met his wife, she just passed away.
Okay.
Really?
Joan, yeah. She was a concert pianist.
Said I hear thunder.
Very
Yeah.
talented, very sweet lady. They had 2 sons. The sons are still alive, but Joni and Fred are gone. So
Hey guys, I can't stay today, but Billy, I made you the co-host. Are you going to be around? Can you just turn it off when it ends?
Yeah, I'll be here. So where you going, man?
I'm going up to a little bar that's outside for somebody's birthday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Don't you be start. Don't start another Friday afternoon club.
well, buy a drink for
No.
me.
Have a good one, Tom.
Okay.
Well,
Whoever, happy birthday for us.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see
Well,
you.
Tom.
Here,
After you
Tom.
get a snootful, come back and say something.
Okay.
Uh,
See you later.
Okay, bye, Tom.
See you,
See you,
Tom.
Tom.
Good.
All right, so, hey, Jim,
Did
how are you?
Did everybody get a letter from either Marty or me about?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
got
did.
mine.
You
Yeah.
and your jokes.
Oh, yes. The jokes are fun.
Couple
So
of,
are the dates locked in?
couple
I
of
guess-
songs I didn't,
Well, until they're not locked, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember you'd sent that little, one of your little letters a while back that had the story about the first Temptation strip that Jeff did. So I
Oh,
remember
yeah,
that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was great, you know,
that was funny. But
yeah.
he was, well, I was wondering why he was not around for the last couple, 3 weeks in Zooms, but now we know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. The last time I saw him, he was, he had his attendant there with him dispensing medication when he needed it. So it was
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. A couple of weeks ago, 2, 3 weeks ago. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna miss him.
was it heart failure?
Well, yeah, this has been a bad year. You know. Steve
Yeah,
Kagan,
John
Yoakum,
and Steve
and
and
John and
Jeff.
oh, boy.
Steve Yoakum, yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, we better have this party pretty quick, but we're gonna lose some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to do a Ouija version of it.
Wonder where Barry is.
Well,
Yeah.
he'll probably be here in a minute. He usually shows up a few minutes
Yeah,
later.
Barry will probably be here. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I read the thing. Tom and I were talking. Right now, I'm still not sure. Like I said, but my wife and I are caretakers for her dad.
Yeah.
So at best, maybe I can come, but Bonnie wouldn't be able to go. One of us would have to stay here. So, I'm making plans to be there. You know, everything should work out, I hope.
Yeah.
And
Well, we'll trust you to make it work.
yeah.
Is that song list, is that pretty much what's going to happen?
Well,
What's that?
until Joel changes his mind. I mean, some of the comments I've only seen a couple of comments, but you know, there's a couple of songs on there that no one wants to play. So we'll have to see.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
All right.
How y'all?
Gentry, how are
Hey.
you?
I'm never better. How about y'all?
Woke up on the right side of the
Good to
grass.
see you.
Top of my game. Top of my game. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just going to be able to stay with you for a few minutes. I'm in the middle of a project. I am replacing a pipe underneath the front deck. It froze
Oh,
during winter, and water is off, and I need to get the pipe done. So I'll just kind of stop and say, hi, how's everybody doing? Everything okay?
Yep.
Doing well.
ain't
Updates
complaining.
again?
Yep. Did you got your song list, right, Mike?
Yes.
Yep.
I do.
Feel free to make some comments to Joel. I mean,
I'm going to. I have some written down. I just haven't gotten to him yet. I will.
I saw a note from Craig Grant and from Neil DeFeo making the same comments
Neil.
you and Barry made about
Well-
American Patrol and In the Mood and all that
American
stuff.
Patrol, In the Mood, yeah. You know, and something I mentioned to Joel. I've got all 3 of Your Father's Mustache albums, and I've listened to them for the last couple days, and going over them and listening to the song list or going through the song list. I almost feel like we're trying to reinvent the wheel. I mean, maybe that's overstating it, but that's just a gut feeling. So anyway, I will definitely drop Joel an email.
Good.
Any other comments on that?
What's that song, Shredded something?
What's that?
Shredded? What's it, Shredded?
What is shredded?
Shredded wheat?
Yeah,
That's the old Ralston theme song. Hot Ralston for your breakfast is a treat that can't be beat. Hot melted, bite-sized and ready to eat and all that stuff. No,
Never heard it.
no.
I know the
guess
Pepsi commercial.
You
I
have,
know
to,
the Pepsi commercial.
you have to be really old to know that one.
That's on the song list. Y'all gonna have a jingle medley?
I don't remember the thing. It's what, like 4 or 5 pages. I just don't remember it all. I remember
No,
that
there's-
one.
And Wheaties, I never heard, there's not a, I guess there must be a Wheaties commercial, but I never heard it.
I don't remember that one.
But won't you try Wheaties?
That could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris,
Oh, yeah.
you are now appointed to the new commercial.
I know the Oscar Mayer Wiener one.
Oh, that's funny.
Farmer hot
Yeah.
dogs, we did.
Yeah.
We do that all the time.
Yeah.
And, well, anyway. Guys, I hate to run, but I just want to stop by and see how everybody's doing. Looks like
Well, we're
everybody-
Good to
Glad
see you,
you're
Mike.
Be safe.
glad
Look
you're
at the
here.
pipe.
Glad
Yeah,
you're doing well. We'll see you
You
soon.
can go on down and
Yeah.
stop in and help out if you'd like, but,
Yeah.
Be
You're
careful
right
out
there.
there.
all right. See
Take
y'all
care,
later.
Mike.
Bye.
Happy piping.
You.
Yeah.
Beep. You beep, 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 beep. There he goes. Okay.
Hey, Tim, I have a
Listen.
question. I don't know if anybody else might have the answer to this. Snake might. Was there a banjo player with the mustache organization years ago named Bob McKenzie?
No, it was a manager.
Bob was
McKenzie
manager, was there-
yeah.
Or was there Red McKenzie that was a banjo player?
Who?
Red McKenzie?
Red McKenzie had a band back in the 20s.
Yeah, I don't know. The subject came up with somebody recently and I would have sworn that Bob McKenzie was a banjo player and had been with the show band at Cheyenne Frontier Days in 1970, but I guess not.
Well, for sure, Bob McKenzie was a manager, but it's entirely possible there was another guy named Bob McKenzie who did play the banjo. I
Yeah,
just don't-
that's true. That's true. Or maybe he was just traveling with the show band at Cheyenne Frontier Days that year.
He was a manager in New York.
Yeah,
He was the guy we used to go out with Alan.
Doxy.
No. Bob McKenzie. Joel's first wife was named Alan.
Alan, right? Yeah.
Allyn. I forget her last name, or maiden name anyway. And anyway, Bob
it was
McKenzie.
Andrews.
Bob McKenzie used to go out with her. In fact, they were fairly serious. And then Alan
Joel
decided.
stepped in, yeah.
Then Alan decided she'd step up her game, and she landed Joel.
If I remember right, Kim, if I remember right, her maiden name was Andrews and her father was somebody that Andrews Air Force Base was named for, her grandfather,
Well,
something like that.
I don't remember whether her name was Andrews or not, but I do recall she was an Army brat because Eileen is an Army brat, and they used to chat a lot about their lives as kids growing up with their father in the Army.
I heard that story years ago. It may have
The
been
Air
well,
Force part, the Air Force part, I guess I could confirm, but Andrews Air Force Base, I don't know.
yeah, I heard that story somewhere years ago, and I think it might have been while I was in Belgium, and Joel and Alan and little Alex were over there for 2 or 3 months when I was there, and I may have heard it then, but I could be entirely wrong. You know,
No, I mean it's
an old washboard player.
perfectly possible. I just don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had a house right there in the West Village, not far from the club on 10th Street.
Who? I mean, Alan and Joel. You mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Okay.
yeah. I was there in 1970 when they interviewed, Joel and Roger interviewed me for quite a while before telling me they were going to send me to Belgium. I said, "Where the hell is Belgium?" Next thing I knew, a couple months later, I was off to Belgium.
Yeah.
Where was the club in Belgium?
Grand Plaza.
It was right off the Grand Place.
Oh, okay. I know what that is.
Half
I've
a
been there.
block off the Grand Place. It was an incredible location.
Yeah.
Well, everything of importance in Brussels is in the Grand Place. You go
Yeah.
two blocks any way, any
Yeah.
direction, you're nowhere.
Yeah, even the mannequin piece was about 3 blocks away.
Yeah, but that's such a little thing.
Yeah,
That's a farce.
Right.
The little statue of that pissing boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
the Prince, and that's the spot where the original statue is where they found him after being lost for a few hours.
Oh.
It's not far from the Grand Place.
It's a beautiful city up there.
Yeah, it is.
You know, last week we were talking about your song list, and you said that there was a Hot Time and the Old Time Tonight was on it,
Yep.
on that list. Because I remember, I was flashing back because I remember in New Orleans, they would kind of go from one disaster song to the other. They would use the Chicago, Old Lady Leary left her lantern in the shed. Then they would go into Bon Voyage to go Titanic, and then the Hindenburg song. Yeah, it seemed like they would just go from one disaster to the other. Do y'all ever get, when you're playing, do you always kind of feel like you're automatically going to go into another song because of the medleys that y'all used to play?
The disaster set.
Yeah, or any set. I mean, because it
Or
seemed like
whatever.
there was a lot of sets that
College.
even
Yeah.
working the floor, I knew what song was coming next if they're playing that
Oh,
one. It just
So
seemed
did
like,
we, when we were sober enough, but yes.
yeah, okay. Yeah,
Well, it was convenient that way because if everybody did it, then you could take and play with different guys, and you didn't have to explain things to them. They was already there. They already knew what to do.
Mhm.
Ingenious in its own way, really.
Yeah.
Having sets that everybody, not sets, but certainly medleys,
Yeah.
and that everybody who played anywhere was familiar with. And
And
that's
the
right.
continuity helped.
Yes, exactly. I mean, everybody had, I won't say everybody, but certainly, I could think of 3 or 4 different guys who had their own idiosyncrasies. They would do things that no one else did. And that was okay as long as you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
for years down at the Jersey Shore, I played with a guy named Bob Emma. He was a piano player. First, I played with him in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Then we both ended up down at the Jersey Shore, and he played every night exactly the same. I mean, I could tell what time it was by what note he was playing.
Oh,
yeah. And as a matter of fact, I had dreams that I could suddenly play the piano because I watched him do the same thing exactly. And he had the same joke at the same time as he was playing. The patter was the same. And I thought, if anybody's seen this guy once, they never have to see him again because they've had it. They've already had it. And it drove me crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I played with a guy, like when we lived in France. I used to play with a couple of jazz bands there, and a trumpet player, I can remember his name, was Mark Bornstein, had studied Bix Beiderbecke and had memorized every note the guy had played. And so when you played with Mark, you had to play all of the old Bix tunes, which are fine. But I remember one time I suggested, said, how about Indiana? And he didn't know it. And I said, and that's a song that absolutely every musician in the world knows.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's he didn't know it, but because he had memorized these parts, and that's what he did. He played Bix Beiderbecke, and he played it very well. But that's all he did. So that's the risk in memorizing these things. I mean, you lock yourself into something, and it's hard to get out.
And some of the European bands that enjoyed Dixieland, they memorized it note for note, mistakes and all.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what Miles said about mistakes is when you make a mistake, do it again. Then they'll think you did it on purpose.
Cover your tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, playing with Europeans was a little different because they had learned from records, and after the war, there was the American musicians would a lot of them lived there, Sidney Bechet did, Dexter Gordon did. What was his name? There's a trumpet player that did. But anyway, a lot of musicians had a big influence on them. Mostly the black ones. They didn't. They really revered the black musicians, and the white musicians had took second place for sure. Yeah, but it was a great experience playing with those guys.
Bill, do you ever keep in touch or ever hear anything from West Mix?
Me? No.
I just
No.
wondered, I
Last
saw a
time I
picture.
heard anything about Wes, Rick, he was in Denver, but he
Yeah,
was back and forth. His one son in Florida and things. I haven't heard anything about him for a couple of years. I don't know if he's even still alive.
Yeah,
I know he's
he-
not playing. He hasn't played for quite a while.
I know he
thought
played.
was
He
in
played
Aurora.
jumping at the fairgrounds racetrack for a while after the mustache burned in New Orleans a little bit.
I heard from him about 2 years ago and nothing since.
I saw a picture
Yeah.
on Facebook. I didn't know if Bill, if you had posted or maybe Roger did. It was some kind of a band, some kind of jazz-like band on a balcony in Royal, so Royal Street, the corner. And
Yeah, it must have been Roger.
it
Yeah.
must have been Roger because it had West Mix in it and Les Muscat.
And I was there, and the
Yeah, you were there.
Black Lasty brothers, and
Where was
what's
that,
his
Peter?
name?
Wasn't that a
This
Vince
guy
Vance
was older
thing
than
just
dirt.
on- Wasn't that a Vince
He,
Vance thing that was just on Facebook?
I just posted it.
You're the one that posted it then. Okay.
Vince
I
Vance.
couldn't remember.
might be.
Yeah, Johnny Danellis was the guy the photographer that did all black and white New
Oh,
Orleans
okay.
scenes. We were up on the balcony where we would take our breaks because Royal Street was closed to traffic during the daytime, which is 1 block over from Bourbon.
Right.
Bourbon would close at night to traffic. And we would play street music. These buildings were all, that's a narrow street and they're all like 3 stories high. The acoustics were fantastic.
Hmm.
We'd play out on Royal Street and take our breaks in Johnny's upstairs darkroom office.
That's right. You were in the you posted the picture, right, Peter?
Yeah.
Because you were in it. Yeah, I remember that. And I
Well,
couldn't
what's
remember where.
funny is that we,
Barry.
hey Barry.
Hey, Barry.
Hey,
we would,
Barry.
Hey, y'all. And
Hey, Barry.
we would be, anyway, years later, I took my wife to New Orleans. She'd never been there. And I was walking, showing her the French Quarter. And we walked by Royal Street, and Johnny Danellis, the guy that was treating us nicely, he says, "Hey, Pete, how you doing?" It's like he hadn't seen me in a week, but it was been years. He said,
Yeah.
"I have a picture of you. Come back in a couple of hours and I'll give it
That's
to you."
right.
And that was a picture that he had taken way
Oh, wow.
back when with Wes and the rest of us, Les Muscat,
Yeah.
Scotty Hill, the trombone.
I remember Wes would play all kind of different instruments. Oops,
Who?
everybody froze. Sorry.
Mainly
Trumpet.
trumpet. His trumpet was his
Banjo,
favorite
of course.
instrument, but he's a good banjo and tuba player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a-
Les Muscat, the banjo player, called Wes Wizard because he played so many instruments.
Yeah.
And he was good on all of them.
Yeah, he was. I heard last I heard he was in Aurora, Colorado.
I'm pretty sure Wes hasn't played in several years, but there's a thing going on in Denver a week from Sunday that for the first time called Denver Jazz Club. They do a monthly session. This is the first time in over a year, and there'll be a couple of guys playing there that I think may know what's going on with Wes, so I'll try to find out. There's a lot of people that ask, so I'll see what I can find out.
I mean, when he was playing at the Mustache, I went with him up to it. He got married up in right outside Chicago, and I went up there with him for his wedding.
Peoria. Yeah, I was his best man in Peoria. Of course,
That worked well.
that marriage didn't last very long.
No.
None of his marriage, well, one of his marriages did, but he got married twice in Denver. One of them, I think it was twice. One of them, their restaurant caught fire while they were getting married.
Wow. What's up, Barry?
Hanging in there, babe.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure y'all talked about our friend Jeff, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a shame. Funny guy.
Really miss him.
So I talked to Danny Rubio, and this for you, Gim. He's definitely going to come to the reunion, which is good news. He said
Yeah, I
he was
got-
going to come on a Zoom call today. He might still show up, but he's
I
got
got
a
it.
situation. He doesn't have a case for his tuba, so he was wondering if there's a music shop or a school that could rent him a tuba or a sousaphone when he gets up there.
Oh, they've got to be out of, offhand, I don't know where one would be, but New Haven's home of Yale University. I'm sure there's probably 50 tubas within a half a mile of where we're going to go.
Yeah.
But we'll find one. We'll find one for him.
Yeah.
I got a note. I got a reply, let's say, to my note from him that saying that he would come and he would bring someone, but he didn't say who the someone was.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Well, he told me it's not his tuba.
Sorry, how's Danny's wife?
Yeah, how's Tracy doing?
You know, they're not together anymore.
Oh, they're
Really?
I
not?
mean, they're good friends, but
Wow.
she wanted to move. Her dad got sick, and she's got grandkids up in Alabama. The dad and the grandkids are up in Alabama, so she moved up there and wanted Danny to move up there with her. And Danny's doing too well playing music down here, so
Yeah.
they kind of not an item. I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to answer that question.
Yeah.
Barry, you're unusual. You've only been married once.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's with that?
Yeah, what is with that?
Yeah, none for me.
No, none. Wow.
I never found a woman crazy enough to put up with me long enough.
Yeah. None with the same person?
All by myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long have you been married, Barry?
Oh, shoot. I was since December of 78, whatever that makes, 41
Wow.
years.
43, I guess. No, November 42, going on 43.
Yeah, this
Wow.
was a long time.
Yeah. 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 Bonnie and I'll be making 50 next February.
Oh,
Wow, good for you.
that's right. You're not there. You're not there, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Bunch of newlyweds.
Yeah. How long you been married, Jim?
Well, we got married in 66.
Okay. All right. You take the cake.
Uh,
66.
I may have said this. There's a
Coming up on
drummer-
55 then?
There's a drummer in New Orleans, in Orlando. He's been married 5 times. And I'm 74. He's probably about 80 maybe. But geez. And I worked with a trombone player named Bill Allred. And I told him that. And I said, the joke was that if Warren ever became president, his wife would be known as a 5th lady. Yeah. And Bill laughed. He says, she doesn't know she's number 5.
Well, I just had a call from David Krippner. He said, tell everybody, hey, bye and hello or goodbye. He lost his internet.
Oh,
my.
okay.
I just realized he wasn't on the screen anywhere. So
Yeah, that must be him right there, that empty spot.
one of the Toms.
Yeah. Oh, it's gone now. There was an empty spot for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to try to, call back in, but he don't know if he'll be able to.
Well, Gim, I got your email regarding the reunion. That's good.
Yeah, we're on our way, I think. There's still some loose ends to tie down, and Marty and Joel are working on that because they're in New Haven and they can do it.
Yeah,
Ira.
Ira.
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing
Hello.
good.
Ira?
Yeah, not a happy day.
No.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, I'm getting afraid of coming on this Zoom call.
Really?
We keep having people die off of this son of a bitch, man. I mean,
Our
we've been on it
percentages-
a little less than a year and we've lost 3. Jeez.
Oh, John?
John
John-
Murata, Steve Yoakum,
Steve
Yoakum.
Yoakum.
and,
Yeah.
and Jeff.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, this is worse than smoking, being on this.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, a whole lot.
Barry, who's the first one?
We better have that reunion tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we need to rush it up the way we go and shit.
At least our livers are good.
Hey, Barry, who's the first one you mentioned?
Oh, really?
Our livers are good. Go ahead, Peter.
There's an old saying, the Lord looks after drunks and fools.
Right.
Yeah, and Pete had a birthday this week.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter,
Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
I was
74,
born
and still a virgin.
47.
47.
47.
Yeah.
One of my high school classmates, his birthday was the 46. My mother talked the school into letting me skip kindergarten, so
Oh.
I was a year younger than all of them.
You were way ahead on coloring, huh?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Okay, Peter, I have one for you.
what's that?
We were at the New Orleans Club. There was a time when we take a break, you would always want to get on the mic and start saying, let's have a big cheer for certain cities. And you had some off the wall cities, and everybody would always cheer for these off the wall cities. Which were the names? You remember?
Skinny Atlas, New York, and there
Yeah.
was a couple in Pennsylvania, Intercourse, PA.
Yeah.
Blue
Blue balls.
Blue
Blue
Ball,
Balls,
Pennsylvania.
Intercourse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Intercourse.
you had a whole string of them. That was your big claim to fame for having a mic and let's have a big cheer for this city and that city.
Yeah.
No, I like when the band was playing, there's only 5 people in the club and you yell, anybody out there from Delaware?
Yeah.
Delaware only has 5 people.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when
Yes.
did Jeff pass? Yesterday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
7th, I think.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an email from Lynn yesterday saying that he had passed the day before. So yeah,
He passed on Wednesday.
yeah.
I got the same email.
But he knew he was gonna go.
Oh, he knew it. He really knew it. I mean,
Yeah.
I never heard somebody talk about their own death as much as him.
No, it's true.
And he laughed about it.
With good
Yeah.
spirit. So, you know,
Yeah.
Barry, who was the first one you say we lost?
Steve Yoakum, huh? Yeah.
Steve. Yeah.
Steve Yoakum.
Yoakum, then John Murata, and then Jeff.
John Murata.
Murata.
Jeff.
Yoakum went before Murata?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yoakum went first.
Yeah, he was on the very first few Zoom calls all the way from Holland. I remember talking
Right.
to him
Mhm.
because, like, I hadn't met any of these people really in person. You know, I've heard about them, but I hadn't met Steve before or John. You know,
You met
or
him, Billy. You just don't remember. He was at the Mustache 2 Mardi Gras.
I worked
man,
with
I know Mardi
Yoakum.
You
Gras.
don't remember much
yeah,
about Marty?
man, for me, Mardi Gras was such a blur, man. It was just like it was
I
just like-
worked with Yoakum in 71, summer of 71 in New York City.
I worked with him a whole lot.
Yeah, I know Yoakum from New York.
In the 60s, he and I were in the house band at Shea Stadium for the Mets, and we had that gig all through the 60s. We used to sit on a platform behind home plate and flirt with the pitchers' wives. It was great. If you remember, Nancy, Nancy Seaver was a gorgeous girl.
Tom Severs.
Oh, Tom Seaver's wife, yeah.
Tom Seaver's wife. She was there with Kuzman's wife, and it was good fun. But we had a great time in this playing at the Mets until of course they got pennant fever and they won the pennant and the series in '69, and then they decided they didn't need us any longer.
I remember that year, '69, that they won.
The
It was a
Miracle
big
Mets.
thing.
Miracle Mets.
The Miracle Mets. Yeah.
Did anyone
that really-
ever
that
work
really-
with
that really
Henry
put-
Crazy Henry Newberger?
Oh, Crazy Henry's part of it, sure. Crazy Henry, I've asked Henry a couple of times to sign into the Zoom because he's quite a character.
He
If you
is.
guys don't know him, you should, because he's a wonderful guy.
He's like a hamster on one of those wheels, just go, go.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
very talented guy. Plays trombone, tuba, and piano. Very talented guy.
Yeah.
Knows a million songs. In fact, he's the trombone player on that postcard that we made early on. The one that's got Grove Thomas throwing the knife in the air.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the postcard, isn't it? I don't remember any other ones.
Oh, isn't there another one?
No, I think that's the postcard. I don't remember
thought there
seeing any
was.
other.
But anyway, that's Henry and Steve Kagan
Yeah.
playing tuba, and Joel and I, and Grove, and who the hell was the other one? Probably Buzzle, but I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah. So Ira, did you work with Jeff a lot?
Not a lot, no, but it was very memorable when I did.
Oh yes.
He's a
Quite a
character,
character.
Yeah.
Quite a character.
and he was at Carnegie.
Yeah, like I said, I wish I would have known. I wish I would have Zoomed before Carnegie, or I would have chatted you guys up while I was there. I just hung around with the New Orleans people I knew. It seemed like it was like
Sure, that's normal.
Jeff was
Yeah.
funny. He was a funny
Yeah.
guy right up till the end,
he was.
you know? Funny guy.
He was making fun of his situation the whole time. Talking
Yeah.
about this. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the way to go.
Yeah. Good attitude.
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't want to
I
find
don't
out.
know. But he knew his time was up, you know?
Was it heart failure?
How old was he? Was he 80?
He was over 80, but not far.
He was
Maybe
born in
81.
1940.
What, Mike?
He was born in 1940.
81.
81.
81.
80,
Wow.
well, I
80,
don't know.
81.
I don't know if I think his birthday's coming up sometime in the near future, but 80, 81, it's not either one.
So he
On
was
these
80.
on these calls, he used to talk about being 80 something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I seem to remember that.
Yeah.
And he used to
81
joke about that
81
he joked about that he had 4 heart attacks.
Yeah, and a
and
couple
a
of
stroke.
strokes.
And a
His
stroke.
birthday was on Facebook somewhere, just yesterday or today.
He was an architecture professor, wasn't he?
That's
Yep.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Did he have his PhD?
I
Oh,
don't know
sure.
if he had a PhD.
Well, some people PhD mean posthole digger.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he talked about being a doctor or
He
something
did.
in
He
Scotland or
mention
something.
something
He had some kind of
Then
degree
he had
in
a
Scotland.
PhD.
Yeah,
PhD,
Household digger.
posthole digger. Yeah,
but a good one.
yeah,
Yeah, he was a good guy, Jeff.
and a roller coaster rider.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, man.
Did Jeff play at the Red Garter?
I don't know.
I don't know if he played at the Red Garter in Wildwood.
I don't think so.
No,
At
Larry?
lake compounds, we would take turns riding in the front of the roller coaster and riding in the back of the roller coaster. 2 different rides. Because if you're in the back and the roller coaster's coming up the top, you're still climbing while the ones in front are going down. And it would whip you around as you went.
I think Jeff loved Lake Compound.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Not on his
Yeah.
Zoom call, he told that story about Lake Compound. I think he loved it.
he did.
Of
He
course.
did. That's all he talked about.
That's when I worked
And
with
did
him.
he do Frontier? Did he do Cheyenne Frontier Days too?
I don't know, but I know it did lay compounds.
I did Cheyenne with Bob Adams and the show band. We alternated half-hour sets with the Denver band.
What year was that, Peter?
71.
Hmm.
What's really interesting is before we went on, we were outside this huge, like 3-ring circus tent that they had set up. We were warming up, and this 4-star Air Force general comes up. He says, "Do you mind if I sit in?" I said, "Do you know how to play?" He said, "Yeah." He pulled out a curved soprano sax and just wailed. He played his ass off. He was having a ball, and I said, I was probably, what, 25, 23. I said, "What are you doing in the Air Force? You could, imply you could be a musician making $115 a week."
And nobody's shooting at you
Right.
most of the time.
Yeah.
4 stars. Jeez.
That's from what club you're talking about.
That's right. Yeah, I said most of the time. Yeah.
I guess Marty didn't have too much new news for this week.
Well, we got that little letter saying what the itinerary was for the 3 days.
Yeah, it's just like New Haven, the last reunion in '87, which I thought was great.
Mhm.
That all
You
looked
don't
good to
even
me.
have to you don't have to even have a formal night for the band to play.
Right.
Or to have a
What
concert.
did we do to pay for some expenses? I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah,
Joel's
if
gonna
you-
pay for it.
If you have a concert and you charge admission, then you get some money to help pay the expenses. So other than that, it would cost us all a fortune to do this. So,
Well,
individually, I mean, so, you want
Yeah,
as
that's
much,
true.
you want some financial offset there if you can. It'll still cost us money, but
our audience is limited because they're all younger than we are, but not by much.
I have made that point 1,000 times to Joel, and he continues to believe that he can fill a house. So God bless.
Yeah, they're all made out of cardboard, but they'll be there.
Yeah,
Phil's Carnegie.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was all
Sid.
yeah, we
family.
did.
And I brought my sister and her family's tickets.
Oh,
So,
yeah, there were a lot of tickets sold to, relatives, but they were there, but
Well, how many
That's
people
because
did y'all have on
Carnegie.
stage? Y'all must have had 100 people on stage. You figure
That's because of Carnegie Hall in New
if
York.
everybody brought 2 people, that's a lot.
People are not going to bring more than their spouse to New Haven, Connecticut.
I think it was 55 people on stage.
I
Was that-
don't know if
Something like
anybody
that.
ever mentioned
Pretty
it,
sure.
but when we were finishing up in Carnegie, and we were riding the freight elevator down to the street level, and one of the ushers, a lady, said, "We see people all the time," because that's what she does. She said, "I have never ever seen so much enthusiasm as you guys did tonight." I said, "Wow."
Yeah, I remember that. You're right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know I had a good time.
With you? Was I in the elevator with you? My goodness.
You might have been. It was a
Might have
freight
been.
elevator.
I
So
do remember.
it wasn't
I
a
do
small
remember
elevator.
I remember one of the Carnegie people saying that. Sure.
Yep.
We must have been in the same elevator.
I think so. It was a freight elevator, so it was kind of large.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Down into the caverns underneath.
I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
Wow.
well, how many people do they want to get for an audience? Like 100 people?
Well, it depends on the size of the
Here's
hall.
Bonnie.
And I'm not exactly
Hey,
sure which one it is.
everybody.
Hey, Bonnie.
Hi there.
Hello. They're looking to get 100, 150 participants.
Why? Are there that many people still alive?
They might
I
have
don't think there'll be that many.
I've been getting a lot of good responses. I mean, I've got all my the responses that I received, probably a dozen of them, have all been yes. Nobody said no. So Craig is coming, Neil DeFeo is coming, Danny's coming, Bill Clark and his wife are going to come. That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
And see, who
Richard
else did
Kelly's
I go?
planning on going, and Ted Turner from Denver's planning on being
Well, yeah, I know about Petrucciani, right?
there.
Kelly.
It's close enough. It's Italian. What the hell's difference does it make?
Well, then, can you cook? That's the only difference.
No.
I want to see how close Barry's guess is, of 35 and 15.
That's what I said, 35.
I think it's going to be more than that. Honestly, I think it'll be more than that. But just
Hope
because.
you're right.
And
Snake's planning on being there, aren't you, Snake?
Yep.
That's great.
It's,
oh, that reminds me, Mike. I want to thank you for getting some of the addresses that I plugged into the machine, and they haven't bounced, so they must be okay. I'm still missing Tim Greeley though. I can't
sent
find
him another message by Facebook Messenger today saying, hey, man, give me your email so we can add you to the list. But I'm friends with him on Facebook now, but I've asked him a couple of times for his email address. And he hasn't sent it, so we'll see what's happening.
The only thing I could find on him, and it's kind of funny, is a note from McClernand back in the 80s. I think probably preparatory to the 87 party, but it's talking about, and it's got the reply is from Ruth Cruz. He sent me a reply he got from Ruth Cruz to the effect that Tim Greeley was the how can I say, the paramour, the partner perhaps of Ruth's sister.
Huh.
and gave us the email, and it was the old email, so I know it would bounce. But I had no idea that we were intermarried.
Huh. Yeah, he did some of the Connecticut Washboard concerts with us, and one or two of the Mustache Reunion concerts at Connecticut.
Yeah.
He's in a picture of one or two of them. So
Did he ever come to the washboard thing at the Connecticut Jazz Festival?
Yeah,
Okay.
he did. And the Mustache Reunion Band at the Connecticut Festival once or twice. But he's still in Massachusetts somewhere, and I'll bug him long enough to get him to call me to get me off his back.
Well, the more the merrier, but we don't want to force a guy to go if he doesn't want to.
Oh, I know. It's just nice. And there's a guy in California named Tom Delaney that played banjo in Denver for a while, and I've been in touch with him too. And I don't know if I gave you his number or not, his email or not, Kim. I'll make sure you get that.
Okay.
Guys, I gotta go.
Yeah, fellas, I gotta run too.
Oh, good night, Pete. Good night, Rick.
Hey,
Till
y'all
Sunday
stay alive.
night.
Stay everybody. Stay safe.
Yeah, better be here for the next Zoom meeting.
So
Yeah.
Rick, you want me to?
Kim,
Yes.
Kim, just so you'll know, I've
It's gonna
also
be like that movie 10 Little Indians or something. That's
updated Marty with waiters, bartenders, names and emails from Denver. And there's only one guy for sure that I've even heard of that's planning on going. But the other guys, I've sent them a couple of emails. And I don't even hear back from them, so I don't know what's going on with them.
I got a note from one of the ladies that you gave me, a dancer, I think.
Susan McCallum.
Yeah, that's the one. She sent me a note requesting that I get in touch with a couple of other dancers that she knew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in touch with Susan.
Yeah. So she's in Puerto Vallarta for the winter. Neat
Ooh,
lady.
not
I think
good
she-
duty. Good duty.
Yeah. She's made a living as voiceover coach and doing voiceovers in San Francisco for years.
Wow.
I met her through Peter Babcock out there a few times. She's a neat lady.
Harry, have you heard anything from Banu? She's a New Orleans girl, right?
I've not heard anything from her. No.
She lives down here, but you know what? She doesn't make a lot of reunions.
Okay.
I mean, she made it to Punta Gorda. I got her to go to Punta Gorda, but she doesn't make a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah, she didn't do Carnegie, did she?
No.
Ruth did, but
I don't think she did Connecticut either.
I mean, she was on the road a whole lot, for years. I think.
Oh yeah,
she
still
liked
is.
to
I
stay home.
still is. I know she's
Yeah.
got her band is. Where I saw somewhere that her band had been booked somewhere.
I mean, I see her all the time, down here. And, well, not during COVID, but when it's not COVID, I see her.
Right.
And, I don't think she likes to travel if she don't have to.
Well, that's true for all of us.
Yeah.
Especially now.
Yeah, exactly. My wife won't get on a plane anymore. She said, no,
Especially with this.
exactly.
Every time you think we're making progress, there seems to be something else that creeps up.
Yeah.
Well,
Barry,
God willing, I'll be in Connecticut. I know that.
Me too.
Yeah. You gonna fly there, Barry?
Yeah, I'm a fly.
Barry, you know who Eddie Erickson is?
Put your banjo in the seat next to you. Is Dottie gonna make it?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, Eddie Erickson, you got,
Danny's coming, right?
Yeah, Danny's coming.
Okay.
Yep. I got that in writing.
anybody heard from Jamie Bryce?
Who?
Jamie Bryce?
I haven't heard from Jamie.
No, I've not got an answer back from him yet. No.
I'll try and give him a call.
Good, do it.
Good deal.
What about H. Johnson?
Huh? Who?
Harold Johnson.
Hey,
Harold Johnson's coming.
Yeah.
I got a note.
He's
from
coming,
him.
yeah.
H will be there, right?
Yeah, he's planning on it.
Okay.
and I
Mike Gentry will be there.
talked to LeBeau and he's definitely coming.
Okay. Gentry too.
So we got we got trombones. That's good. And maybe Herb will be there since the date changed.
Oh, he couldn't make the other date?
Oh, Herb's in. Herb's gonna make it.
Okay.
What about Charlie Borneman? Is he still playing?
Borman can't make it. That's a
Okay.
bad pity. He's one of my favorites, but that's my
Yeah,
thing.
he's a great guy. Is he still playing at all? Do you know, aside from COVID?
I don't know. He and I last year subbed in a band where their trombone player and their banjo player couldn't make it, which is kind of weird. But he and I both got called to sub in the band, and we played a weekend out on Long Island and had a great time.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So he was playing as recently as last year. I don't know what. Probably the COVID's screwed his life up just as much as it has ours. He moved. He did live in Orlando, but he moved to something Lakes. Pete would know, but I forget what the hell the name of the place was. But they moved.
There's a bar owner in Denver. He used to bring him in quite a bit with Ernie Carson and a few other people, a couple of times a year for a long time. That's where I got to know him. And then at the Connecticut Festival for a number of years, he was there too.
Yeah, he was part of the Connecticut Festival jazz band, the house band that were,
Yeah, with Scotty and Albie and those guys.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like we're gonna have a big band, a lot of band members out there. So I guess me and Tom and Ira will be out there drinking and watching y'all.
Right.
And at least
Everybody
one guy-
might be only 3 non-band
Yeah,
members, Bill.
Harold will be
Oh,
there.
Marty Fay will be there.
Okay.
Eric
Marty will
Hector
be
will
there.
be there.
Who?
In
You,
some of my
Eric Hector.
first discussions with Joel, we were worried about whether we'd get enough trombone players, but now it seems we get like a 10 of them.
Right.
Well, if the Fayo's there, it'll seem like there's 10.
That's true.
Yeah. But he's good. I like him.
So
We'll have at least tubas, Bill Clark and Danny Rubio.
Is that the only 2 tubas?
What?
Mark
McLaren
Heater?
coming?
No,
Maybe
McLaren.
Mark Heater.
John McLaren will be there. Mark
Mark
Heater, I've not
Heater.
heard from. Mark
What about
Heater, I've
Heater?
not heard from, but I hope he comes.
Yeah,
Well,
but
he was on the Zoom call.
Mark's in Jersey. He'll probably drive up to Connecticut.
Who's that?
Mark Heater.
Mark Eater.
Yeah, he was on a Zoom call about a month ago.
Right.
Yeah,
And
he
he's from Jersey.
Yes,
So he'll probably come.
Hey,
he
Mike,
lives down on Jersey Shore. It's a nice place down there.
Jim Collum said he was interested.
Yeah,
Who?
interested, but not definite, Snake.
Okay.
So who knows? Same with Dane Calkins.
You could also get some people now who say they're going to be there, and all of a sudden something comes up, or
Oh, yeah, sure.
they lose interest, they drop dead, anything.
But I still think an email going out, Gim, of, hey, I sent out that email last week. These are people that are definitely coming.
We'll do something like that.
And that'll draw more people. You know, these are the people that definitely said that they coming, you know, so if you think about it again, and if you're coming, let me know if you think you might be interested, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Roger hasn't got on Zoom for a long time, but I would think he would go, but you don't know.
Yeah, he hasn't been on Zoom in what, a couple of months.
Yeah.
Longer
And
than
again, either has Joel.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I hear from Roger every once in a while. He posts things about the mustache and all that. so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Always posts.
Roger would show up, do it.
Chris, are you going? Chris?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Hmm.
I'll be there. Probably gonna come early and leave late.
That's me too. I'll come Thursday and leave Monday.
That's the way to go. That's the way to go.
Mhm.
Well, it's not like I have to rush back to something, except my wife.
There you go.
Oh, this is being recorded there, Chris.
I know. She'd be glad to get rid of me for a couple of days. I'll leave the food in the fridge, so she
You
just
or
has
the
to pop
banjo or
it in the
both, Chris. Chris, you or the banjo or both.
oven.
Better not ask her. She might stay a week.
That's right.
Depends on how much food he leaves, I guess.
That's right. When she runs out of meals, I'll get a call. I shouldn't say anything bad about her. Oh, God.
Oh.
No.
No, we were talking
Guys,
about Jeff.
gotta go,
We were
guys,
talking
but
about Jeff earlier. I'm glad we have all
guys,
these
'cause I'm
Zoom
cooking-
meetings
I'm cooking
recorded
dinner
that
tonight.
people can
Yeah.
Zoom back and watch them.
All right, Jim.
See you later.
Okay, bye,
Yeah,
Jim. Thanks for all
I'm
your
gonna
work.
check out too, guys.
I'll
Okay.
take out you too. I'll
I
see
hope we
you,
have more people here next week.
see y'all
See you
here
guys.
next week. Bye now.
Well, Ira, get on the horn and call them and tell them to show up next week.
Oh, who?
They'll pay attention to you. Email everybody that's not here and tell them to show up on the Zoom next week. They'll listen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys.
They get an email every week.
You guys have a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Take care,
Good night,
guys.
everybody.
Good to see you all.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for
Stay safe.
participating. See you later.
See you.
Bye. Bye, Snake.
See you.